Good evening, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to CSS, this time at round 5 after a week break, because I completely forgot that we had a week break. We are back here at what is going to be most people's home circuit, where I personally think racing was found at the very amazing Silverstone circuit. In the box tonight, you've got myself, ESV Boberts or Adam Roberts, and with me once again, just like last time, is Mr. Zach Clark. Good evening, Zach.
Good evening, Adam, mate. How you doing?
Oh, as always, living the dream, living the dream.
Lovely,
We are
lovely.
waiting for people to decide to click the ready button because we are only going to have 19 drivers tonight. One of the GL drivers unfortunately can't make it now, and they don't have a reserve to take his place. So we're going to be one short, but it doesn't mean that we're going to have a boring race. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute cracker. Martin with an interesting comment in the chat, saying that he was on the toilet. Okay, yes. That's an interesting one. But obviously, with me not hosting, who knows what weather is going to be bringing? Because obviously, if I was hosting, you're guaranteed to have a wet session at some point. But with the likes of a different name that's racing tonight, Mr. TRL Martin for TTM. What do you think we can expect from the legendary Mr. Martin, Zach?
Honestly, he's got lots of experience compared to people on this spread. I mean, he's been racing for ages, so I think with that experience and the pure pace he has, I think he will be doing very well today, along with his teammate. So I think today will be TTM, like maybe against Shazoo, maybe even a TF10 driver in there. But yeah, it'll be a close race and a good one for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely without a doubt. I mean, we have got nine and a half teams taking part tonight, and as you said, TTM with a strong lineup with Martin and Furious. Obviously, Shazoo, we've gone with two of our best drivers for this track, obviously being M Racer and Ogween. But then obviously you've got Mr. Poleman himself, TF10 Judy racing for the TF10. So. It's whether or not can he get a pole position and even convert it. He's unfortunately the Charles Leclerc of sim racing. So hopefully he might actually, for his sake, convert it as a good evening out. Saying Grandad on the mic. Yes, Grandad is on the mic. And as I've just proven, well, not proven, but after having a little chat with Martin just earlier, because we are both the same age, unfortunately, I am older than him, so I am the official Grandad.
Yeah, you're not that old. I mean, there's people.
I'm not old.
Like
I'm 31 in 2 days.
Well, you got Beer and Kebab who's like 60.
Yeah, well, that's true. But we don't include that. I mean, we do include that, but we don't at the same time. If I'm a granddad, then what's he? A great granddad?
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, going out onto track, finally loading into the game. Let's see what Zach is clearly hoping for rain, and unfortunately, it looks like at least in quali, it is a very unusual dry Silverstone.
Make sure to not have Telem on,
I know. Don't you worry. I know. But we will have the trap gun and the lap data. Just so we can see as to what everyone is doing. So,
it looks like it is a nice and... I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're right. No, I was just going to say, it looks
like it's a nice and shiny day.
It is. It's like I said, it's very, very un-English-like, very un-Silverstone-like. And it's fine. Well, people are going to be starting coming out on track. Obviously, we've got, as I said, 9.5 teams here tonight. Very strong lineup, very strong grid. Get your predictions in the chat. Tell me what you think is going to be the pole time. I'm going with the 124.596, just because why not? Let's just be fully accurate. Any predictions on that, Zach? Are you thinking quicker, slower?
I mean, I did say my prediction before. I think I said like what 24-4. A bit optimistic maybe, but yeah.
Well, let's
wait. To see how ADRT will do today. Obviously, fast racing CSS after. Here's what happened. So NVR pulled out, and then we got WR in. Then WR pulled out after one race. Then we got ETE in. Then ETE pulled out after about 12 hours. Now we've got ART.
That's got to be a record, hasn't it?
That's got to be a record, yeah.
I mean, if you're online for half a day, you've not even partaken in a race, and it's like, what the hell's going on there? But one thing's for sure that I can say is that I will be at Silverstone this year for the F1 Grand Prix. and do have myself a cheeky pit access for Thursday morning. So I'm looking forward to that.
Lovely stuff.
It is lovely. It
Yeah,
wasn't cheap. I'll put it that way. It was not
Yeah,
cheap.
I want to go Silverstone, but you know, money's a bit tight, and I don't even know how much it is for the day ticket.
Well, let's put it this way. You know, I've gone for a 4-day grandstand. That was 650 quid. Then I've got the parking and everything else, and then I'm pretty much paying for a holiday. But riding on board with the legendary TRL Martin, coming round to be the first driver to set a flying lap. Here he goes onto the newly named Hamilton Straight. No, not going to go into that too much, but here we go through Abbey and into Farm, flat out into 7th gear. Does he upshift into 8th, or does he maintain in 7th? The answer is he stays in 7th gear. Coming into Village Corner now, misses the sausage curb on the inside line. Into the loop, very easy to lose the traction on the exit. He has a little bit of a correction there, does Martin, but all's well as he then goes on to the Wellington Straight, opening up the DRS as he now enters in towards Brooklands. Goes for a wide line to cut back in. That's actually probably what most people will probably go for. It seems to be the quicker way. Now through Luffield, onto the power, missing obviously the gravel on the outside, and then through from flat out of Woodcut down with the old pit straight into Cops Corner. You know, if you're old enough, and obviously you remember that there used to be the old pit straight, you know, back in the 90s and 2000s, then obviously you're as old as I am. Coming into the famous Maggots and Beckett's complex, Martin. Bit of a downshift going through the second part as he now exits through into Chapel now. And it's a 102 flat come the end of the sector 2. You'd be expecting probably people to get to around 101.7s, maybe a 101.6, but obviously this being the banker lap, as we head into Stowe Corner, nicely there through there and onto the exit, now into the very tricky Vale chicane, missing again the sausage curve on the inside line through Club Corner now, over the start finish line, and it's a 25 flat there from Martin, not too bad for a banker.
Yeah, really good banker from Martin. There was a furious crossing that line. I was just a 24.9 through my attempt on his teammate. Due to the young guy putting in solid bankers, got Fimble going P3 with a 0.5 or nearly 0.6. Here we are, and Shudi. Yeah, you said he's a pretty quality, and you can see with that banker how fast he is.
I'm actually just trying to find Mr. Ogwin going to be one of the next drivers across this line. I think that was Cloud going into P3 there. Ogwin, where does he go? He goes onto the front row provisionally with a 24.9, so quite a lot of drivers already getting into the 124s. Obviously, this is it's going to be a very close qualifying, which is what we expect. I've just missed Meatball going across the line there, which was not very good of me. They're completely missing that. He goes into P5. Drobble now, racing for ART. Coming through Club Corner now to finish his banker lap. What does he set? It's good enough for P7 for the time being. And then Racer does the exact same time behind him, and obviously being the second driver to do that lap will go behind him, as I think that was TF10 Dan going third place at TF10 with a very good initial banker opening lap.
Yeah, you got Patrick Ledger coming across the line now for FG, where he put the car, only P15. You see how tight the grid is though, so even the few tenth improvement can put you up 7-8 positions if you're lucky. But yeah, the first set of runs now has been complete. You've got Partick on his out lap already, so a different run plan from the game driver.
Easton's the last one to finish his lap. He's on a completely different set to everyone else, but he's 4 tenths down to what Martin had done through the middle sector, and in the end finishes on a 125.5, only good enough for P16. But yeah, Partick obviously doing something a little bit different compared to everybody else, unless he aborted his first run and has just decided to come straight back out again. But currently it's TF10 looking and sitting pretty at the moment, with Ogween splitting them. But obviously you've got TTM in 4th and 7th, not a bad opening first runs for them. But it is you got, I'm trying to count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you got 7 different teams in the top 10. I had to count that one at a time, yes, I know.
Yeah, no, it's mainly I can't do maths either, so me and you both. Anyway, you've got Partick now, just going through that kind of efforts. On his out lap, but if you look at the standings now, we've got TF10 doing an amazing 1-3 position there. Great from the Xbox outfit, which Kenzie FEP has cooked, to be fair. Took over from making really well, signing people like Dan and signing people like Trey, who did very well for that team.
Oh, definitely, yes. As just looking at some of the comments on the chat, Harvey wanting pictures then on Twitter. Yeah, don't worry, I will be posting pictures on Twitter of me being drunk out of my arse. And Joseph saying good evening, and well, hey, an age joke. Yes, I know. Expect plenty of those to come in. Aspartic going to start his next attempt. Zach, why don't you take it away?
Ah, absolutely. Love to, mate. You got an outlap.
What, Partic's on an outlap?
No, not plastic shit. Sorry,
Hey,
anyway,
he swore, not me.
Wait, sorry. Anyway,
Oh,
going through
there's the money gone.
Village now losing the 20k. Anyway, Village now onto the Wellington straight. Looks like he has had a decent first sector so far. It has done a 27.3. Don't know if that's good or not. I can't lie, but he's invalidated. He's got the car too much, and he has invalidated. Not good for AMS.
Yeah, not good for Partick there. A bit of a strange place to invalidate it there, but you know, and he's still going to be pushing, which is I'm going to guess he just wants to get some form of a delta, just to take it into his his next run. But yeah, not the best from Partick there. His teammate Arunka is currently in P11, so roughly midway through the grid. So obviously, can see then who's going to be the first driver to start their next run, and it is once again going to be the TTM man himself, Mr. Martin.
Can I get another go?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Get in.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say yeah, of course you can't. Yeah, no. I'm not going to say that. Come on.
Thanks, Brandon. Anyway, yeah, hopefully Martin can propel himself into the top 4, top 5 near his teammates. I think it's going to be really, really close qualifying today near the end runs. As it stands, Judy is a 10th faster than anyone else. So let's see where Martin can do as he's coming round. Is that Vale? I think it is. Into Vale now. Right, into the lash again. What can Martin do to start his lap now? Right,
I hope you haven't got a picture up just so you can remember the track the corners.
No, I've got pure knowledge, mate. Anyway,
Pure
Martin
knowledge.
starts that lap now, flying down the newly named, like you said, Hamilton straight, bringing the car into the first and second corners. Now into turn 3, really hard on the brakes now, clipping the apex just like he wants to, running out wide, clipping the apex again and getting a nice exit. Oh, never mind, not nice, or just an exit onto the Wellington straight. Probably lost about a tenth and a bit there with that little snap, see if he is up or down on his lap. He is up only by 6 thousandths though into Luffield. Maybe we're going to get a little slipstream by his teammate here through Cop's corner. And he gets the exit out of Luffield, and Flores is giving him a slipstream, I think, down into Cop's. The Altari pulling to the right now. Through Cop's corner, getting the slipstream by his teammate Furious, giving him that toe, and he pulls out to the right, nearly impeded by the McLaren there, sending the car through Magas and Beckett's at over 150 miles an hour. Will he be up on his sector time? He will be by 2 tenths now. That's going to put him around into where Judy is. Now pulling the car down into Vale. Will he does clip the apex now. Keeps the car within track limits. And Martin, going down into the final chicane. Can he improve on his time? He was 2 tenths off in the middle split. Can Martin for TTM put his car into the top 3? Yes, he can.
Provisional pole there for Martin, and even with a bit of a mistake going through the loop sections, there's definitely more time to be found there from the TTM man, but for the time being it does get into the top of the pile. Obviously his teammate is going to be, he's going to hopefully give his teammate a bit of a toe to repay the favour. BRT Meatball currently in P7. Oh, he's had a bit, I was just about to say, it looks like he was about to improve his time, but he's had a major slide through the final chicane there, through Vale, and that's, well, obviously he's then not improved on his time whatsoever. He's going to be a little bit disappointed with himself for that. Judy just coming through Cops. There's Cloud with nearly a 10.5 clear of TRL Martin. That is a fantastic time, and Ogween now goes into P2. I'm going to stick on board with Judy.
2 cents up.
Oh, and Judy has invalidated going through Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Didn't catch exactly as to where he got it, but Judy not going to be improving on this lap. And in fact, obviously, as you'd expect, is going to go straight into the box. Going to be a bit annoyed with himself. Is that Sasha coming through into the Vale chicane? Yes, it is. Here we go now through Vale. Very nice. Doesn't use a lot of curb on the exit, but that's just obviously how he likes to take it. Sasha, can he improve his time? He can by just over a tenth of a second. Goes into the top 10.
Furious is 5 tenths up in the middle split now. 5 seconds, he'll be on for 0.4 as it stands, pummeling Cowell's 0.6 down to P2. Now Furious, he's got a car ahead of him into the final chicane now, taking it nice, clipping the first apex, clipping the second apex, on the power, and if he's 5 seconds top like it said, what time can he do?
Oh, look at that. He has put over a quarter of a second over Cloud. We thought Cloud's time was good as for a second. I completely forgot, about toes in this. I completely forgot you could do that. So obviously then my prediction was then going to be absolutely wrong as TF10 Dan goes into P3 for Team TF10. Judy invalidated, but Dan didn't, and Dan at least taking advantage and going up into P3. We have one of the Mercs. Is that BXM? It is BXM in as Arunco actually goes into P7. Good luck there by Arunco. Where can BXM go? He goes into 9th for the time being, but there's quite a bit of a split now developing as Emracer goes into P2 for Team Shizou, but still over 2/10 behind Furious. Furious looking good.
Yeah, I said a 0.4. I was thinking final runs, but 0.4 second one is just amazing.
It is.
I didn't expect that. Yeah.
No, I didn't as well. Just got involved with Simmerox 1 because I think he was the next person to complete a lap, and he's invalidated and backed off. So that's Simmerox 1, unfortunately, not going to be improving in his time. And I think that is everyone's second run done.
Yes,
I want to say,
it is.
Yeah, it is indeed. So Furious with over 2/10 ahead of Emracer, followed by Cloud and TF10 down. 4 different teams in the top 4. Obviously the grid has shaped up and moved around a bit, but tell you what, BRT struggling at the moment in P9 and only P14 at the moment. I think they're going to have to try and pull something out of the bag if they want to be, within even the top half of the grid at the moment.
I mean, yeah, we were looking currently. BRT, if I can find the tweet, BRT are currently 68 points behind TTM, and TTM currently 1/6 in quality right now. So BRT are going to have to pull something out of the bag if they want to get good start position to gain on TTM. The TTM started the season, it's just been amazing. I mean, I think they've got a few wins under the belt, lots of podiums, which has gained them loads of points. But I imagine they will be extending that today.
Well, obviously anything can happen. I mean, this is only qualifying. There are no... Well, actually, there is, 1 point for qualifying and pole?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so you get 1 point for pole. That's everything in this. And then, but obviously, as we all know, the points are dished out in the race. I'm actually going to try and find the standings.
What was that, Rod? He's going to be fast across the line.
If I can find it. There we go. I thought it was Chidi, but obviously, yeah, he's now been overtaken by AERT. Oh, wait, I had to give that 2 attempts then. That was terrible. But yeah, going into the team standings before starting this race. So, yeah, TTM have won the last 3 races. Obviously, MVR were the only ones to have won the first round, which is at China, where I got beaten by... Mr. Choco, I believe, if memory serves me right. But obviously, MVR are no longer here. So, yeah, TTM currently romping away. They have a 68-point gap, as you said, to BRT, with Shizou a further 29 behind. But there's a bit, it's quite close between 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Shizou, TF10, and FRT. But obviously, the season is still young. We're still not even halfway yet. We've only done 1/3 of the races. As Owen is now going to come through club to start his next and probably his final lap. Can the I had to give that 2 attempts again. Can the AERT... Why is that so difficult for me? Can he propel himself into the top half of the grid? Let's see what he can do. Coming in through the first sector, in through the loop. Does he lose the traction like Martin does? No, he does not. A bit tentative, if I'm brutally honest. But coming through now onto the Wellington straight. Obviously got a lot of traffic there in front of him, but Owen currently not improving through the first sector, so definitely lost a bit of time maybe through farm or through the loop section. He's got his teammate Drobble right in front of him to give him a tow down here through the exit and through Woodcut and into Cop's Corner. Coming up through into 8th gear. Does he keep it in 8th? No, he downshifts in 7th just to make sure that he can make the corner. Nearly running out wide on the exit there. But it's a good tow there from his teammate Drobble as we coming through Maggots. Then Beckett's eventually. And then through Chapel Corner. He did take a little bit of grass to the inside. He scrubbed his speed a little bit on the exit. And in fact, Owen is still not improving. Still half a tenth down on his previous best. Hopefully he can find a lot of time through in this last sector into Stowe Corner, flicking and turning the car in, just missing the apex, but still manages to carry through a bit of speed into the final chicane now, in through Vale, and again missing the apex on the inside line. It's not been a great lap from Owen. Can he find something, just even propel himself a little bit? The answer is no. I think he actually backed off at the end.
Yeah, I did think about that. The next person to cross the line is going to be CS and Judy. The Charlotte Crow of the sim racing scene, you said. Only P2. I mean, I say only P2. It's a good lap, but really, really low 5 from him. Good effort. And I think the next person to cross the line is going to be Owen's teammate, Droble, to start his lap.
Ogween coming across the start-finish line, only 2,000ths up at the moment, but does go over a 10th improvement, goes onto the second row with his teammate Mick. But Judy obviously getting a good lap in there. Meatball actually improved, but did not improve on his position. We now have an Alpine, Partick coming across the line. I think he's just starting a lap unless he's messed up somewhere. We now have a Mercedes, which will be Cloud, and Cloud goes onto the front row, half a 10th off Furious. A good lap there from Cloud, a purple fan sector, supposedly. But that's a really good effort there. Martin across the line, he demotes into third. Martin onto the front row to join his teammate.
Yeah, mega lap from Martin and Cloud there, to be fair, to put them respectively P2 and 3. But we've got Dan getting a teammate from Judy now. I think Dan is off on his time now. So wondering if he can maybe get himself into the top 5 along with his teammate. But yeah, he's going to go into Maggots and Beckett's now, pummeling his car towards the corners to the left and right and left and right. And will he be able to improve on his sector split? Let's look. 2% stop from Dan, that'll put him around P5, maybe P4 if he's lucky. Right now, he's going to chuck the car into the Vale, clip the apex nearly, keep the car within track limits. Now, Dan, 40 F10, session has finished now. Chucking the car into the left, chucking the car into the right, the Brit signed by Kenzie. Now, can he get himself into the top 5? Yes, he can, P5 for Dan.
Yeah, joins his teammate there. M-Racer coming through Vale, in through Club Corner now. Can he improve on his time? Can he improve? Yes, he can. He goes onto the second row, joins into the 0.4 club with the top 4 drivers. Droble actually managed to throw himself up into 8th place. Aroncohun coming through the final corner now, and he goes into 8th place once again with a 0.761. We now have the two Mercs coming across the line. It's BXM. He's a 10th.5 up on his time at the moment. He needs to find more if he wants to improve his position, and he lost time in the final sector. Does not improve his position. Stays in P12. Patrick, I think, is... Well, Simba Roxman did not make the light. So, yeah, Patrick is 10 seconds down. Sasha Andre has boxed. And that is indeed the end of qualifying. TTM rounding out the front row of the grid. I don't actually think Furious was on a time at all unless he backed out. But there we go. So it's TTM on the front row, and they couldn't have asked for much more than that.
Yeah, amazing performance from TTM there. So locking the 1-2 with 0.4s for both of them. But 4 people on a 0.4 is really, really good for it. I feel like Cloud is the shock of the evening so far. I mean, he is a good driver, but we didn't expect it to be this high up, well, I didn't anyway. But I think the race will be very interesting. But Cloud's going to have to solo TTM, TF10 and Shazoo. But yeah, it'll be very good to see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely couldn't agree with you more there. But obviously, if you look at that, you know, the top 5 separated by by exactly 3/4 of a tenth. That is insane. That is, you know, obviously we do see this happening in leagues, but the fact that this is Silverstone, where you can make so many mistakes, gain so much time here and there, the fact that top 5 separated by 3/4 of a tenth is a brilliant effort by everybody. And in fact, you know, well, you take the top 7 separated by less than 0.2 of a second. So it is extremely tight. But there we have it. That is qualifying finished, and it is TTM, as we've said, who are on the front row with Furious, followed by Martin. Cloud having a very strong qualifying once again for FRT. Definitely a dark horse for this race is in P3. M-Racer leads the Shazoo charge in P4 with the 2 TF10, well, 1 TF10, 1 TF10O driver in 5th and 6th with Judy, followed by Dan. Then you have Ogween, Aroncohun, Droble, and Finbob getting at least a decent time on the end, getting into the top 10 with his teammate next to him, P11. BXM's 12th, Sasha 13th, Simbarox 14th, Owen 15th, and Patrick, Louis, Partick, and Partick and Easton not setting a lap time at all.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's a really close quality. BRT underfalling, I think. in that session. Obviously, they need to really step up if they want to challenge CTM. But I do have one question for you, Roberts, which Arch did say in the chat but got deleted.
Oh, okay.
Arch asked if you had erectile dysfunction or not. His words,
The answer's no.
is still your mad at me. That's like, there's an advert for those on Twitch, so like, we can't really get the ones
Is there?
specific, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Is it like the same ones that you see on telly as well sometimes?
Yeah, this one's.
That's
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
I can't believe that I've actually missed that in the chat. I've just not been paying attention whatsoever.
Yeah, it got deleted.
Well, I'm not surprised, but
Strategies. What do we think we're gonna see? I reckon we're gonna see a few soft runners at the top of the pack. Maybe one down below if they see if they can gain positions early on. But,
I've also just seen. I've just also seen another comment in there, Joseph, saying that maybe I've got rabies. That's I don't think I do. I mean, if I did, I'd probably be in hospital and maybe on my deathbed. But
well, you're not that old.
No, although maybe there is some dementia kicking in. You know, we had this chat earlier on potentially.
I mean, you can't even pronounce ART, so.
No, that's just nothing to do with that. That's just me can't saying something. That's just me being a bit stupid. It's nothing new there though. So it'll be interesting to see who has picked the softer tyre strategy. Who has got that fresh set of soft tyres for this race? I expect TF10, if I'm honest. That's something that I think they do. I don't think TTM will, especially not Martin. But this is just me presuming. As for everybody else, I don't know what my team are doing. I will let them just do whatever they do. Obviously, Mr. Arch is the engineer for Shazoo tonight, so hopefully he's got a cook strategy set in mind. Joseph, thoughts on the new chlamydia circuit in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, effectively, it's like, literally looks like something straight out of Mario Kart. So, like, there's a corner 17 meters in the air. I don't know what's going on there.
Interesting. Whoever thought that clearly was on something strong at the time,
Helmet
maybe?
Tilka.
Yeah,
You would have thought.
obviously he's got.
Then again, he'd make a few decent tracks.
Maybe he's got a good dealer. Perhaps we don't know.
It's just money in it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
guy's definitely got a lot of money.
In the chat, can we get some top 3 predictions for the race?
Yes.
So I will do mine first. I'm saying Furious win, Og win second, Martin third.
Okay. I'm gonna. I don't want to go the same. As much as I want to say Furious will win this race, I am not going to go with Furious because I don't want to be boring and do the same as what you're doing. So I am going to go with a M Racer win. Because, you know, I've got to follow my team, got to follow my boys.
Yeah.
Followed by a Cloud P2.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout, that.
Yeah, it is a good shout. And I'm going to throw a little curveball for P3.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, no, you won't expect this one.
What, are you going to make an appearance on track? Jump at the gun box.
I'll jump into the spare Ferrari seat that's going. I'll race for G League.
Alright, use a P3 then.
Make a one-off appearance. P3, I'm going to go with TF10 Dan.
That's not a bad shout, that. TF10 do really strong, especially that duo that they have today.
Oh, M Racer just saying in our own private chat, stop the predictions. Yeah, sorry, mate, but I've already said it now. It's a bit late. Archie's probably told you that. That's what I've gone with. But, you know, if I was biased, I'd go with a Shazoo 1-2, but I can't be fully biased. All right, I've got to be, you know, I've got to include other people.
Contract. Say what you want. That's within legal reasons.
Yeah. Did the guys know when to ready up, by the way?
It's say like ready up whenever you want situation.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
it's just who has the balls to ready it first.
Yeah.
I don't know why I emphasize balls so much, but yeah.
Don't know. Well, there we go then. Obviously, here we go. 5 lights coming on now. There's 3, there's 4, there's the 5th red light. It's lights out and away we go here at Silverstone. Furious gets a decent start, it looks like, ahead of his teammate. Martin trying to tuck it behind him. He's got the Mercedes, though, of Cloud, trying to go around the outside through the first corner, but it is now 1 by 1 as they go through. M Racing looking like he's going to go and try and make a move down the inside of Cloud, as Cloud has now been forced to attack Martin, and that actually might have benefited him. And indeed, Cloud does take P2, and Judy actually goes ahead of M Racer as they go onto the Wellington Straight for the first time. He's got the other TF10 driver of Dan right in his gearbox. But it looks like it's Dan going to go and try for a move down the inside. I thought he was actually looking for it there. Sorry. Zach has said Judy has a little bit of a wobble coming through. through Buckland and now into
Dan's
Luffield.
attacking. Dan now down the inside of Emirates on the exit of Luffield. Had a great exit. The softs a hard difference. Now can he get Emirates? Yes, he has. Dan goes past Emirates now with a great move on the exit of Luffield. But if we do look at the tyres quickly, those TCM cars on hards with Cloud and GPFMs on softs, I wonder how that will play out.
Oh, that's an interesting. So yeah, we got a few people on softs, most of the field on hards, with the Runcorn deciding to do something completely different and going on to the mediums.
Yeah, Cloud now goes down the Italian Fiora P1. What's a move from the American?
And
Now
Judy.
into P1.
And Judy trying to follow him through as well. Obviously, these guys are all on the soft compound tyre as there's a bit of a kerfuffle. Oh, and M-Racer is round. Oh, why do I do this to my own team?
You'd sing the spin about him.
Why?
Oh no. What, that has promoted the wrong
Joseph in the chat. Oh, Joseph just saying, fuck me, we're not dead. 2 seconds later, fuck me, we're dead.
Oh yeah, Oakland trying to get down
so
the inside of trouble, but he's lost the position to Finbob now. Shazoo having an absolute stinker of a start.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
the
big.
Bobbits effect, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the Bobbits effect, I'm afraid. Obviously, you know, we have got the soft compound tyre runners trying to take full advantage as Judy goes for...
Judy down
it's alright. Yeah, obviously I don't know what happened to M-Racer. Obviously he had contact with... I'm trying to think who he was around. He was around the likes of Aruncahan and Martin, so...
Yeah.
I wonder if there was contact made, but obviously we'll have to have a look into that. But obviously the soft tyre runners trying to take advantage. Cloud leading the way from Judy. Furious still in P3. Dan in P4. He'll be wanting to get a move done on Furious to try and to obviously follow his teammates, as Cloud has obviously already put 9/10s onto Judy, trying to break the DRS. Obviously, unfortunately, M-Racer is the only one who doesn't have DRS, but look at that, 9th downwards, all on the hard compound tyre. And it looks like... no, Harvey, unfortunately, I am not allowed to show battery.
Yep, just in the stream.
I accidentally put it on earlier for like a split second because I clicked the wrong thing, but I'm not allowed to.
Cloud has a second gap to Judy now. That's amazing from him.
Yeah.
He's a rapid driver, I have to say.
Yeah,
But
he definitely is. Yeah, well, I could see there on Judy's steering wheel that he was on overtake. He was on the green light was illuminated, and it looks like he's just about clawed his way back into that DRS. Martin quite close to the back and down there through the first sector. So, obviously, I don't expect the soft tyres to go off any time soon, but I mind seem to get quite close there. As BXM looking like he's getting close to the back of Aruncahan, who's on that very weird medium call strategy to begin with. As at least I'm glad M-Racer has actually caught the back of the train. He was over 2 seconds down, but he's now caught up, so at least he's now with the field, as BXM is on the battery, going to go down the inside of Aruncahan into Cop's Corner, and that is how it's done. Lewis Hamilton, eat your heart out in a Mercedes. That's how you do it. Yes, I did say that. As Aruncahan going through Magnussen instead, just trying to stick to the back of the Mercedes after losing that position. But again, BXM is on that soft compounded tyre. And I think, Aruncahan just for now is just going to stick in that DRS and save his battery a little bit. Yep, Silverstone is known that it is difficult to save the battery if you're on your own or if you burn it altogether. But it looks like at the moment, Cloud, who maybe tried to burn his battery, is now starting to save it. As obviously everybody is in that DRS train. Partick there trying to make a move on Patrick, but he's now just completely outbroke himself, and looks like G-League's Louis is going to try and go for a switchback move through Club, but couldn't quite get the power down, and M-Racer just burnt the battery a little bit there and just said thank you very much, I will take P18.
Well, yeah, I think the soft hard crossover is around lap 9 or 10. So up until then, the softs will have the advantage, especially for the F10 guys and Cloud over the TTM guys. But always interesting to see how Furious and Martin can come back into the race. That's style 1-2. But Cloud and Judy doing great for their respective teams so far in this race.
Indeed, yes, indeed they are. And apparently I will never shut up about the Cops incident. That's the first time I've mentioned it, I think. It's probably the only time I'm going to mention it. It's just that it was there. I had to do it, you know. Don't like it. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Good move from BXM.
It was a good move. Yeah, he got on the power. He got on the power. Obviously, just burnt that battery, and you know it's easy. It's easy as you like. But the fact is that he still managed to maintain his speed through the corner. As Drobble looks like he was getting a little bit closer to dropping at DRS, but managed to bring that 10th of a second back. Everyone's still in the DRS train. This is still a 19-car train. But anything can still happen. But I am still thinking. I mean, it's not fully dry as Patrick has gone for the move on Owen there through Cop's corner. Sorry, not Cop's, through Stowe. Sorry, but it's not fully dry. I mean, it's light cloud. It looks to me. I wonder if it's gonna
fully dry. It's not what I mean.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. There are clouds. I wonder if there is rain forecast. I don't know.
I can't imagine so. I'm still curious on what Ronco's going to do, because starting on the medium is a bit out of the ordinary.
It is. He did this in Canada, though. He did do the medium to hard until the rain came. And he was on a very alternative, very weird strategy. Good evening, everyone. Somebody's now coming to chat. Marius, in answer to your question, what happened to M-Racer? I don't know. It happened at the end of the first lap. My guess is he got tagged. He was around the likes of Dan and Martin, I believe, but unfortunately we didn't see it. As Roncohon is now on the battery, I thought he was going to repay the favour there to BXM, making an inside move into Cops. Oh, he gets very close to the back of the FRT. Man, it looks like BXM is starting to struggle already on his soft tyres. And in fact, is he going to drop out of DRS? He has dropped out of DRS, so Roncohon is going to have to get this move done. Oh, he has got within a second, but not through the detection point. And here we go, on the power, on the battery, DRS activated as Chuni takes the lead from Cloud. And Roncohon takes P6 from BXM as, we were side back, I think we're 2 by 2. Furious going for the move as well on Cloud, trying to split these soft tyre runners going. Cloud trying to defend the inside line, but he's now going to be the outside through the second part and in through Club Corner, and Furious makes a great move and gets to P2.
Yeah, great move from Furious. This obviously will be hitting drop off around this time, but it is why Furious on this hard has capitalised on that, and I'm wondering if he can get Judy on this Wellington straight now. It all depends if he gets a good exit out of this corner. Can he get the good exit? I think he has. And you don't know the battery levels, obviously. Anyway, 2 seconds now. Will he go for the move on Judy? No, I don't think so. He's a smart lad, Furious. I don't think he will make the shooting moves, especially early on race. Yeah, Cloud probably wants to be through.
He could make the move down the hangar straight, perhaps, as Owen has now just dropped out of the DRS onto the back of Patrick, so we might finally have a little bit of a split in this DRS train. But it's definitely showing that these soft tyres are already starting to go, unless BXM has just cooked his. And Roncohon obviously is now in the best position at the moment on his mediums, but BXM is still falling back slightly. He's now, 8 tenths behind. Roncohon, he's definitely struggling a bit, as I can confirm in the chat, Zah, that it was BXM who hit M-Race around.
Yeah, Furious now gone on the outside of Shooty on those hards. Can he make the move? Slinging it round the outside of the TSM driver. They're going to be side by side going into the final chicane now. Furious sends it down the inside, plate breaking move. He does get Furious, take the pole shifter, gets back to his right position now. Good move for Furious.
Yeah, good move there, and obviously it definitely looks like now that the hard tyres are starting to get into that window, that they are quicker than these soft tyre runners, but obviously for the likes of Chuni, for the likes of Cloud, and Dan especially, who are right behind us. Martin going down the inside. I think Dan was half surprised there by the line that Cloud was taking, maybe. But Martin trying to take advantage now on these hard tyres, trying to make a little bit of a cutback move, as he's now got a Roncohon though right on his gearbox as well. But here comes Martin trying to go through and down the outside. Coming into Brooklands, can he get it done? He's got his nose there. Almost looked like he was about to understeer completely wide, but he's now got the inside into Luffield. And can he get the move done? No, Dan is still there, hanging out on the outside like Martin on the battery. And that's a good move there from Martin. He kept his nose in and gets into PVR. TTM definitely on the move now, back towards the front.
Yeah, great move from Martin. I think that was either Dan or around 100 different wider cops there. The Roncohon's tyres on a perfect window now, so he makes some moves. He has crazy to that. We have seen it in Canada as well, and he did very well in it. But also, yeah, like I said, the hards are coming back into play now. These are not terrible yet.
Here comes a Roncohon. He's on the battery. Dan having to defend on the inside. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside of Stowe. And Dan covering that. Dan having a massive wobble at the exit. And Martin in front trying to get a move done on Cloud. I thought there was going to be tyres coming together, but he's held the car. That is what you call car control from the legend. It's a Roncohon's been spun. No. And I think that's BXM for the second time this race. has hit another driver round hard. I think you're going to have words with your driver, I'm afraid, after this race, because that's the second person he's potentially hit. That's
He
I
was
do
doing
feel.
so well.
Yeah, I
He
feel
was doing so well on
he was
this
having a
A&F.
good race on that alternative strategy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's a run cut now down to the back of the field and obviously well out of the DRS. And it's his
He's
race
gonna
done, I'm
have
afraid.
safety car now. That's really unlucky for him. But you know, it's racing. You know, shit happens. Sorry.
We're not getting that 20p this time.
No, that's my player down the drain. Anyway, Dan, now 7-8 tenths behind Loudstart. These softs will be going really. These softs will be racing rapidly over the next 2-3 laps now. But yeah, it's starting to slow down a little bit now. All the moves and really trying to set into the groove, regain some ERS. The soft runners will be looking to box. Not just yet, but I just want to also mention Sasha Andre. He started around P12, I think, P7. He's up to P7 on that top range. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick check on the where is this? There it is, position change. There's me being an idiot. So, obviously, Martin's dropped those 3 places, but obviously that's because he's on the hard tyres compared to those on the soft. So, yeah, BXM and Sasha both gaining 6 places, as has Easton. Obviously, BXM will be under investigation, I think, after this race for at least 2 incidents that we at least know of. Obviously, Aaron Cunnan and M Racer have lost 11 places because, unfortunately, they were the 2 people that he hit.
Unfortunately, yeah. Really unfortunate, but Easton has made a break in the trade now. He's 1.6 behind Meatball in P12. Also, just want to talk, BRT, if they want to get back in the championship hunt, they need to make these moves. They need to make them quickly. Also, you know, it is still early days in the race, and early days in the championship. But yeah, doesn't help that they haven't got qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they haven't. I mean, Finbob has gained 1 place so far. Meatball, unfortunately, has dropped 1 place. But they're still there. They're still in this main DRS train, which is now a 12-car train, as you mentioned. Easton now a 2.5 behind Meatball. So Patrick and M Racer will be wanting to get a move on and to try and close back in on this main pack. But Furious obviously looks very comfortable out in front at the moment. I know Chudy is only 2 tenths behind him, but I don't think Chudy is going to go for any moves anytime soon, or at least not until if he's going to be pitting. But that's probably not going to be happening for at least the next 2 to 3 laps at the very earliest. So Chudy will be just saving that battery for the time being. Obviously, the DRS is so powerful here. Look at that, he's just easing off at the end. He has no intention of overtaking the TTM driver, as Patrick, as I thought, will be going for the move on Easton, and indeed he gets that move done, but that gap is now over 2 seconds between 12th to 13th.
Yeah, that's what does the gap is getting bigger and bigger by the lap, which just does help the top 12 train, especially the soft runners who will be looking to box soon. But yeah, like I said, it is slowing down a little bit. People just trying to regain the ERS before pit stops happen. I imagine the soft runners will be looking to box soon, especially the DSN guys, and also Cloud's still doing really well. But yeah, the hards, especially for Martin, they're going to come back into play soon, so he can make some moves and get back up to P2 where it started.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Obviously, it's going to be a case of when do these hard tyre runners think and pit in. You know, they don't want to just have to react straight away to the soft tyre runners, or else they're not really going to be much of a delta difference. As Emirates again, the move done on Easton there, and had to get that move done. I mean, Patrick has closed a couple of tenths to 2 Meatballs since he overtook Easton, but obviously he probably will be burning that battery. Racer now will probably try and close in a bit of him and probably make an overtake on the next lap. That's just my guess, but Patrick doing a good job there. Look at that. I mean, he's closed another 2 tenths now, but he is now harvesting. That red light is flashing, so he's just going to be losing time as they go down the hangar straight. Meatball obviously on the back of the main DRS train, but at least BRT have got 2 drivers in that train, as have TTM, as have FRT, as have TF10. So, and in fact, obviously, as you can see, they take up the top 6 places to those 3 teams.
Oh, is that?
Oh, that is a very early stop. That is BXM in the pits. That's has he got wing damage? I wonder.
I don't think so. Maybe he's just trying to do some absolutely juicy undercut.
Well, unless he's going on to the hard tyres, as a Runkerhorn unfortunately has sped into the pit lane, and that's just that summed his race up. But no, BXM does go onto the mediums, and I don't think there was no wing change, so this is just a very massive undercut attempt that they're going on here to try and catch everybody else out. But I'll be brutally honest, he's just going to drop down the field as this race goes on.
Yeah,
M Racer getting close to the back of Patrick and doesn't go for the move this time. I probably will think he probably will go for the move down the hanger straight, you know, as they get towards the end of the lap. But yeah, these drivers behind the main train are probably going to have to go for some crazy undercut strategy,
especially
just to try
Racer.
and... Oh yeah, without a doubt,
does
yeah.
have the pace. Racer does have the pace to definitely be in that top 12 train, top 6 train even. Where he might have to do something different, as he's right on the back of Patrick Legend now.
As just a cut across you, Zach. But Martin going for the move now on Dan. DRS open. Dan trying to defend on the inside line, but no, nothing happening there. Martin takes 4th place as Dan's teammate Judy takes the lead and immediately goes into the pits, as does Cloud. Obviously, Dan is going to have to stay out for another lap, but I don't think that's a bad thing, really, because that means that he's going to have much fresher tyres compared to his teammate and the other soft runners. In fact, all of the other soft runners have come into the pits this lap, so they're going to go as Louis gets the first 3-second time penalty of this entire race.
Yeah, so obviously, Dan kind of have to latch onto these TTM guys. The TTM guys, especially Martin, will be trying to just hustle him off their DRS, so Dan doesn't have that advantage when he does box. But yeah, as we all expect, Judy, Cloud, and whoever else box onto the
Sasha,
tyre.
yep. As has M-Racer.
Yeah.
M-Racer was also boxed. He's probably going to have to, so he could actually try and gain it on a, you know, closing on the gap in front, as has Easton as well. So they're just going to have to hope for a little bit of a miracle, for brutally honest, just to try, you know, to get some good points out of this race. Lap 12, almost halfway through this race already. Interesting things going on in the chat. We won't. Yeah, we'll leave it as that. How's commentating with Zach? Asked Jacob. It's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Oh, who's commentating with Zach? Oh. Well, you've changed your question now. Then the answer is, Jacob, it's Mr. Bobberts.
Old man Bobberts.
It's the granddad himself.
Yeah. Anyway, Dan, I'm
apparently his idol. Interesting. I am not pushing 60. Shut up. maybe I feel like I'm 60. Nor is it 100. Anyway, Dan makes his pit stop, as does quite a few of the other hard tyre runners. It's a little bit early, if I'm honest, but obviously they don't want to lose all the time to the soft tyre runners boxing. I want to see though where Dan is going to come out in relation.
Actually, BXM made the cut. He is right on the back of Cloud, who was in that top train. So obviously we're seeing where Dan comes out compared to these guys, but I imagine it won't be too far away, as Dan just peels out the pit lane now.
Oh, for God's sake. Why has that been highlighted? What is that? What am I reading?
Jay just said that you could be my dad.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not that. It's what Archer's highlighted.
What was it?
Arch, come the end of the month, when we go and do that endurance race, your legs are going to be snapped come the end of, and that's not because of the karting.
Whoa,
that's because of me.
That's losing another 20 feet.
Oh,
anyway,
well,
Dan,
what can you do?
Dan had to stay out on the lap as lost 0.7 seconds.
I've now completely lost as to where I was. But it's Ogwe trying to go down the inside of Finbob. I think both of them have just got ahead of Drobble. Finbob going into the box. Ogwe stays out. Drobble, TTM have to react with one of their drivers, and they have gone with the lead driver of Furious. So Martin will now lead this race. He will no doubt box at the end of the lap, as will Ogween and Drobble, who again have gone for the longer strategy, going to have the fresher medium tyres at the end of the race. Obviously, what would help these guys all out now is a safety car, and that would completely change this race.
Yeah, we'll massively change the race now. I imagine Martin and Ogween will be having to box along with Drobble. Was a Drobble doing well for ARC's debut in this tournament so far? Winning, I think P7 it was for pit stops. So he's doing well for that.
Yeah, he was towards the back end of the top 10 as Cloud. I was just trying to see where Furious was going to come out in relation to those who had pitted, and he's quite a bit behind actually. He's now actually got Sasha Andre trying to go through around his outside, going through farm and into village and through the loop. And Furious looks like he's going to try and hang around the outside, but I don't think he's going to have the DRS. In fact, I think it's going to be Sasha Andre, but Dan on the power, on the battery, actually goes ahead of Sasha. It's like Sasha just gave up there. but it's Dan who gets ahead of Sasha. Furious loses straight, but he's got 3 seconds to gain and close in on BXM, on Chudy, on Cloud, who have got a very good undercut going at the moment, but expect that gap to come down.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph's just said that I beat through cheese strings, so, interesting comment. I mean, I do love a cheese string, but I would beat them. Anyway, moving swiftly on, bouncing into the
Archer's
pits.
bought a new suit. What colour is it, Arch? Is it bright pink to match your, is that your favourite colour?
Burgundy.
Burgundy. As everyone's now pit apart from Partik. I think Partik is just going to stay out and hope for a safety car. He was towards the back end as it was, unfortunately. Anyway, right, okay. Where's the Is there a block? Can we just delete this guy from the chat, please?
Unfortunately not, mate. As a moderator, I wouldn't.
You
Anyway,
won't be allowing that. Let's just. Where is the respect for your elders? Come on.
Yeah. Anyway, Bartek staying out on. Will he be going on to soft? Maybe. I don't imagine he will. Maybe he's just going for the mega overcut. But if we look at the gaps, post pit stops, Furious is 3 seconds back from the next top 3 train. BXM has cooked on that undercut, but then again his tyres off 3 laps older than Furious is.
They are, and obviously the other thing, as we all know as well, BXM will probably have to get as big of a gap as he can, just because of the penalties potentially post-race that he may pick up. But yeah, that gap just under 3 seconds between BXM and Furious. Martin was obviously in the lead train, the last of the lead train runners to finally make his pit stop. He's come out in PA, which will be a net P7, but he's a second and a half off the little train that his teammate is leading. He's got Meatball and M Racer in behind him, and Finn. In fact, he's leading quite a big train, potentially all the way down to Drobble. So Martin's going to have to get his skates on a little bit here if he wants to, propel himself up the field and up the order a bit. As Partik actually now decides to box in. A bit of a strange one, really, as to why he would have gone the extra lap. As Finn Bob goes down the inside of M Racer into Stoke Corner. 2 lap fresher tyres just on the power. What do you expect? Obviously M Racer gone for that undercut. He's got himself at least in the train, but. I do expect him to unfortunately drop down a little bit, as he's now got Simbarox 1 behind him on 2 lap fresher tyres, and it's his teammate of Ogween, as Partik obviously going onto the mediums as well. So a bit of again, still a strange one as to why he's pit so late. But this is obviously where we're running. So you got the FLT are now looking in a very good place at the moment. Obviously, first and third at the moment with Judy in the middle. Furious has closed half a second on that previous lap, so he is gaining. Well, he's going to have to keep that momentum going, and I do think that Chudy will have no intention of making the move on Cloud, as Simbarox 1 was definitely trying to make a move there on M Racer down the inside into Brooklands, but the M Racer blocking that inside path and didn't give him a sniff around the outside. But Simbarox 1 now trying to go around for the outside of Cop's Corner. Can he get this? Oh, he just turned in a little bit too early there, just tapped the rear wheel of M Racer. Thankfully no harm done there, and they keep going, but this has now allowed Ogween to close right onto the back of him. And well, unfortunately M Racer is derating, he is harvesting, he's got no battery left to deploy. Simbarox 1 has gone a little bit, and there we go, he's going to make the move now. M Racer giving Ogween a little bit of a tow, he's not going to hold his teammate up. Ogween goes ahead of M Racer dropping down to 12, but hopefully he can now maybe try to stick onto the back of this train, as Ogween is now trying to fake a move to the inside on Simbarox 1. He's going to go the long way. There's a bit of contact there from side pod and wheel to wheel, but actually he made that work. Great driving there from Ogween.
I was waiting for a through because M Racer then, I can't lie. But yeah, Martin is now within DRS of Sasha. Fury is 1.9 out of that top 3 DRS train, but that tyre advantage from the TCM guys will come into their favour at the end of the race. Also, I just wanted to know, Robert, some Archer's suit is black, white and yellow.
Well, obviously I got myself a new suit as well. Well, I say a new suit, I got my own suit for once, and well, mine is, black, white and technically red/orange, depending on whatever you want to call it.
Nobody came blue for Zoo. Alright.
Nope.
Nope. Anyway, Furious now within 1.4 of BXM. BXM just doesn't have that pace to keep up with the top 2, especially on those older tyres. He is dropping out nearly on 0.9.
And another person who can't handle the pace is Sasha Andre. He's now out of DRS of Furious and Dan, and he's
Not
actually
gonna help.
harvesting as well. And now Martin is gonna, well, he doesn't even have to go on the battery. He's got the DRS. He should get this move done before going into Stoke Corner, and indeed he does. Martin now up into P6 as Ogween fighting with Finbob. Finbob not really defending that too much. Ogween up another position, and I believe Drobble also overtook Emre. Says Simbarux 1 picks up a time penalty, and that's so that's the second 3 second, and it's gonna, well, that's only gonna drop in 2 places, but it's still 2 places for the time being, as Ogween sets back-to-back fastest laps. So at least for the time being, Shizou will pick up at least a fastest lap point for now. That's just probably as good as we're going to have it going for us. But look at that. Now Furious, BXM has dropped off the back of the top 2. He has not got the pace, and Furious is now in his DRS. Closing in down the Wellington straight, coming into Bucklands now. He's not going to make any move this time around, but I can put my money on it that he will do down the hanger straight and then try and close in on the 2 leaders. Martin will be looking to do the same to try and close in on Furious, and Dan try if he can to get the DRS and not have to wait. As Sasha once again, in fact Martin is actually derating. He is harvesting himself, but Sasha just does not have the pace whatsoever, and in fact it's actually now done Martin a favour. Martin's now got no threat behind him, and Meatball and Ogween are getting held up massively.
Yeah, Furious now right on the back of BXM. It's going to be an easy overtake for the man from Oxford, I think. Anyway, 1.6 behind. 1.6 behind the top 2.
Ogween going for a double move there. Double overtake.
Wow.
I think he just had the battery, and Meatball has got at least got ahead of Sasha. So Sasha drops 2. Meatball stays in P8. Ogween now up into P7. He's got the same lap all tyres as Owen now picks up a time penalty. He's got the same lap all tyres as Martin in front of him. So, you know, those 2.
Ogween's a dark horse. He can really cause something.
He definitely can. Jacob obviously clearly saying dodgy things in the chat. That's why his messages are getting deleted.
No, he just said, I'm backtracking, but you know.
Oh, well, then no one cares then, do they?
Exactly. Anyway,
exactly, yeah.
BXM's already off second of Furious.
He is indeed, and he's got the DRS, but Dan is going to try and make a move down the inside into Brooklands. He's a little bit of contact there. BXM just about keeps it on the track as we're going side by side now through Luffield, and Martin is now right on the back of them as well. Oh, there goes BXM. He's done a Sebastian Vettel. I don't know if there was contact on the exit of the corner, but well.
That didn't look like a lot of contact. That looked like really, really light contact. I don't know how that got just been.
Would you say that's kind of karma? I don't know. But
I wouldn't say, I don't know. All I'm saying is that didn't look like a lot of contact.
Sasha now picking up a time penalty as Martin now going down the inside on the hanger straight on TF10 Dan, and now Martin making the moves count. He's now up into P4. We're going to have 7 racing laps to go at the end of this lap, and Furious, really, he's so close to getting within that second. He's there. Oh, he is there. Is he there now? Can he stay within it? Yes, he has. He's now 8 out of 10. Furious is in the train. This is it. Game on.
Yeah, now he's got those 2 lap pressure tyres in Howard and Judy, so they're going to have to really intensify to keep Furious from taking that top spot come the end of the race. Martin 1.8 behind his teammate though, so he's going to have to get his foot down just to catch up to get into the podium places. But Ogween, like I said, P6, he can really cause something here, I'm saying. Meatball's 1.2 back from him, so it seems like the top 6 is going to have a big fight for the lead if Martin can catch up to his teammate.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's a case of what Mine's pace is in comparison to Cloud. Obviously, he's got those 3 lap fresher tyres, but Cloud will just have been saving his battery. He hasn't had to make any moves, whereas the likes of Furious, the likes of Martin and co behind them on the fresher tyres have had to burn their battery to get these overtakes done. I mean, if you look at it there, Dan is harvesting already, going through Cop's corner. I obviously not too sure what Ogween's state is, but obviously he might, I'd get P5 here going down the hanger straight if he gets closer, if he decides to go for the attack, and he is on the battery. You can see there that green light is there, and Martin is also derating. Well, down the inside goes Ogween into Stoke corner, and that's P5.
Good move from Ogween there, look. Martin, Ogween and Dan.
Oh, that's not PG rated there. That bloody hell, that was not PG rated at all. Nice camera view there from Codemasters. literally on the front wing there of Dan, and all you could just see was diffuser underneath Ogwin. That's X-rated stuff. That is.
You're making you do that. You're making it that.
Yeah, well.
I can't do it. Anyway, Ogwin trying to get the better exit on Martin. I don't think he can, but he will have DRS where Martin doesn't though. Can he get the overtake to get that Shizuka or Red Bull, whatever it is, into P4? Just can't get close enough on the hangar straight.
No, not for the time being, but I can probably guess he's going to make a move on the hangar straight this time around.
Oh, Justin has subscribed to the CSS channel. My Dutch go. Well done, mate.
He's gifted it to FRT Harvey. The question is, Justin, why Harvey? Why Harvey?
Well, GG's from Justin. I mean, that's passion like that.
Yeah, that is passion. That is definitely passion. As coming
Ogwin
through,
now.
Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel.
Oh no, that's for Martin.
Yeah, that's the move.
He's gonna go left. He's gonna go right. He's gonna go right, and he makes the overtake easy as you like from Shizuka Ogwin.
I tell you what, by the looks of it in the chat, that was a mistake by Justin. Oh, well done, Justin. That's £4 you're not getting back in your life, I'm afraid.
Oh well, it's fine. Anyway, Furious, 2/10 behind Shooty now. Again, 4 laps to go in this race. The laps whiffing down slowly, but Furious, I reckon he is in a great position to win this. Ogwin is 1.6 back from him, but Furious in the DRS Open, will he make the move on Shooty yet? I don't think he will. He's going to wait out for the last laps to get that overtake.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Tell you what we have missed as well is Drobble has now got himself up to P7. 1.4 seconds off the little chain in front of him, and his tyres are the same age as Martin and Ogwin, so Drobble having a very good race for AERT. I said it right this time. You know, it's only taken me like 5 attempts. But yeah, no, Drobble having a very good race. BRT obviously occupying 8th and 9th, at least they've recovered somewhat. And at the moment, M Racing will be in P10 with the penalties for Sasha and Simba Rock Swan. Furious coming through Maggots and Beckett and through Chapel, getting very close to the back of Chudy.
Right on the back of Chudy.
He is right on the back of Chudy. Does he want to go for the move this time round, or is he going to pressure? He's going to pressure Chudy into making a move to get him on the battery. And Cloud drops him first, down to 3rd. He's going to try and hang it round the outside of the TTM driver. He is still there as we go on board. He's trying to make a look down the inside. He's now going to try and outbrake the TTM man. He's still got his nose there on the inside. And fair play to Furious. He's left him the space, but it was inevitable, really, with the better tyres, the better grip. Furious takes P2.
Justin has gifted us up. Justin's got another one today. He's hopefully got some new. 80 quid down the drain for Justin.
Well, Justin, I hope you didn't. I hope it's all right. I hope you didn't need that 8 quid.
Would have gone some new controllers. He's got a one.
Oh,
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I'll tell you one thing, though, that this is done with that little battle. Ogwin is now only 3/10 away from getting within that DRS. He's obviously still got Martin and TF10 Dan with him. Drobble's still 1.6 back, but Cloud getting close to the back of Furious there. But yeah, Furious pressured Chudy into making that overtake. Very tactical there from the TTM man. He obviously thinks he can win this race, and I don't see why he can't at this point. But, excuse me, you know, we've still got 3.5 laps to go here. Coming through Cops Corner once again, it is TF10 versus TTM versus FRT. Can the 3 drivers behind them close that gap? Does Ogwin have the pace on those fresher tyres to close in on Chudy? That's essentially, he's got to be quicker than Chudy. That's what he's got to do. As
Oh,
nice.
No,
Well,
jinx it.
Yeah,
Done it again.
Yeah, I've done it again. As Cloud getting on the afterburners, trying to make the move done on Furious. He was burning that battery there, trying to go down the inside into Stowe Corner, and in the end, he just did not have the grip to get ahead of the Williams there. But Ogwin, that is so unfortunate that he's just now picked up that penalty, and at the moment, he's going to drop down to, I think, P8, if my maths is right. It is very tight, but well, I'm just hoping he can maybe get that removed. I'm just hoping and praying. I've got my fingers crossed, but I mean, that is unfortunate. But back with the front, we're just going to stick with this front 3, I think, until as Eastern now picked. The penalties are coming thick and fast now. Obviously, everyone's been on the border with 2 warnings maybe for quite some time, as Cloud got a really good exit out of the loop there, and Furious is having to go down the inside of Chudy. I don't think he wanted to make the move, but he's going for the move nonetheless. Chudy trying to stick it on the inside, coming through, but no, Furious gets the move done.
Ogwyn with an ice boost.
He's getting very, very, very close, as Cloud getting very close to the back of Chudy's gearbox there, and look at that, Ogwyn's in. Ogwyn's in. This is now a 6-car train.
Yeah, imagine what could have happened if he didn't get that 3 second. I mean, anything could happen. There could be a massive crash and he could have run into this before, best forward others. No, but yeah, he is the DRS now. 6-car battle for the lead.
Attack Chudy there, maybe trying to force him to make the move on Furious, but no, Chudy actually defended quite well, just went to the inside briefly, then back onto the racing line, which you are allowed to do. And well, like I said, yeah, we'll still call it a 6-car train no matter what with Ogwyn's penalty, as we have a yellow flag down the hangar straight. That is the Alpha Tauri of Owen. Not too sure what's happened, but he's now going very slowly. Obviously, we're on the penultimate lap now, so there won't be any safety cars. And I can't see, he's missing his front left end plate. He's obviously picked up damage. He's had a collision with someone, and then there's an Alpine in the pits, which is a Runkerhun. So a Runkerhun, unfortunately, again in the wars today, and well, Owen's now called it a day.
Yeah, he has definitely called it a day, but Ogwyn now firmly behind Cloud now. So this will be a very, very interesting race to the end. Race to the end for these top 6 cars. It could go either way. Like the order can be completely switched, and crazy.
Yeah, well, anything can still happen here. Obviously, you know, we've got a lap and a half to go. Tyrrell Martin here in P5, having those fresh tyres. He's obviously going to, for the time being, at least be promoted to P4. But if he wants to get on that podium, he's got to make the move on Ogwyn. And there we go. He's on the battery. He's got that DRS open. Ogwyn trying to defend. He's going to cover the inside line. Looks like Chudy was half making a move around on the inside of Furious.
He's going to go for the switchback.
He is going to go for the switchback. He's now going to try and send it down the inside into the Vale chicane, but Ogwyn was just a little bit later on the brakes. Still got the car turned in. That's a great defensive move there by Ogwyn. Keeps that P4 for the time being as we start the final lap of the race. It is between Meatball has dropped over 3 seconds behind this top 6. This is a 6-car battle. Anything can still happen. Chudy all over the back of Furious, who's got Cloud all over the back of him. Bets on everyone. Bets are closed, everybody. That is it. No more. No more allowed.
Furious win. Anyway, absolutely betting. Anyway, Chudy had a shock then out of Village though, and the loop. He's 5 cents back. He's gonna have to wait for Wellington straight. No moves made from the top 6 on the hangar straight. Everyone is biding their time, trying to save their ERS as much as they possibly can to get those moves done on the back straight now. This can go, like we've been saying, either way. This can go the entire order of the top 6 could be completely switched around in a blink of an eye, and you never know it. Now they all want to chuck their cars through Magnus and Beckett's. Never mind.
That's just G-League Louis. Yeah, it's just G-League Louis.
Yeah, everyone just gonna get right on the battery. Everyone seeing what they can do. Chudy,
that's it. No one's close enough to any. But that was an anticlimactic finish, wasn't it? All that waffling for nothing. I'm actually going to go on board with Drobble, because Drobble is going to make a move, and Drobble does get into P7. As we're going back up towards the front, Mr. TTM Furious got pole position, retook the lead, and he is your winner here at Silverstone. Chudy takes P2, Cloud P3, Martin 4th, down 5th, Ogwyn drops to 6th, where he will stay. Drobble P7, BRT's Meatball and Finbob 8th and 9th, and M-Racer rounds out the top 10. A good recovery by M-Racer, considering he dropped to last.
Yeah.
You know, on the end of the first lap. Sasha is 11th, Simperox is 12th as he hits the wall as more carnage there. Look at all that debris there flying. The Haas of Eastern definitely wasn't happy with the wall on the right hand side. Obviously he didn't like some of it. Maybe it looked at him funny, I don't know. So we're now just going to wait for a Runkerhun to finish this race, and that will be, well, and Louis, and that will be everybody. But Furious there, your man for the win, took pole position, didn't get the fastest lap, but got the win. Not quite the Grand Slam, but the perfect result for Furious.
Yeah, amazing result from Furious there. Again, the hard start for TTM didn't look very good at the start, but obviously they came back to it. Box and later helped him so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
just great. And I think we can get interviews if they want to try it that way. So just got the winner.
Okay then. But yeah, obviously Judy, unfortunately, well, he actually gained places this time in a race and not lost places. That's a result for Judy, going from 5th to 2nd. I mean, he might have thought he had a chance there, but obviously those 2-lap older tyres just in the end didn't help him out. But it's still a good race from Judy, who does apparently get driver of the day. Did any of you vote for him?
Yeah,
We'll
f1.com/CSS vote.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what it's
well, yeah, go on. Yeah, CSS is on one, not the F1 voting aspect on there. But then obviously, Cloud getting another podium finish. Cloud is definitely becoming an a rising talent here. On the Xbox side, so that's another good result for Cloud there, getting a podium finish for FRT. But yeah, we'll see if anybody wants to do interviews.
Judy said he wants one, but I'll wait for Furious if he wants one first, or Steve first, second, third. But yeah, really entertaining race that from all parties.
Yeah,
Furious, I think that's his third win of the season, I want to say.
It's quite possible, actually. Yeah, you're probably not wrong with that, actually. But yeah, obviously it is TTM Furious, your winner here at the Silverstone Grand Prix. Judy P2, Cloud rounding off the podium finishes. Martin getting a 4th place finish. A good result there for Martin, but maybe he'd have thought he could have had a podium himself. But I think the pace just wasn't quite fully there for him. But still, P4's a good result. TF10 Dan is 5th. Ogween is 6th. Can he get that penalty removed? We can only wait and see. Drobble P7 for AERT, which is a great result for him. Meatball 8th, Finn Bob 9th, and then Racer 10th. Obviously, then we'll just scroll down to see everybody else in the run going, obviously picking up the fastest lap because he decided to pit.
Interview time, guys. Furious has said he wants one.
Interviews.
You can host it because you're not Squeaky. But yeah, I think Judy wants one as well after Furious.
Okay.
So I've invited Scott. Here he is, the very man himself. Include your audio when you can, mate.
Yeah, done it.
Alright. Amazing race for you today, Scott. What were your thoughts just driving through the race normally? And what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, quality was quite unexpected. I didn't think I'd be able to get pole that easily. I felt like I just really hooked up a lap quite well. So, good position, especially with Martin, P2. Really helped us. And then we were meant to actually split the strategy, but Martin unfortunately picked the wrong tyre selection. So it kind of put us in a bit of a bad spot, but we did quite a good job at managing the race from the front. A couple positions dropped, but that was always expected with cars and soft. And then just slowly worked my way back through, and then pit stop, of course, you're going to lose more positions again, but you've got a tyre advantage and made the most of it towards the end.
Yeah, obviously it was
Adam, do you have a question?
Yeah, obviously it was a very good race for you there, Furious. Obviously, you had that gap to try and close in of 3 seconds near enough by the time you made your stop onto the mediums. At any point, did you think that might not have been doable, or was it just a case of just not use your battery too much, just maintain that good pace that you had all race, and then just make the moves where it counted?
Yeah, I thought it could have been an issue because I wanted the TF10 drivers with me, so I thought he might try and battle me to try and help to stop me from catching up to Chile at the top. But luckily, I think he wanted to catch with me, so he just let me pull the train along. So I knew I had the pace, but it's more about if someone was going to try and hold me up and stop me from getting there.
Well, obviously, Scott, you've had a fantastic, few weeks. Obviously, the last few weeks in CSS. Obviously, not quite the Grand Slam tonight, but still a pole position and a win. You can't ask for too much more, at least anyway.
Yeah. The good result for the team as well. 1 and 4.
Certainly is, yeah. Yeah, certainly is, yeah. Well done, obviously, Furious, on your win here tonight.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Thanks.
See ya. Right, let me get Judy in. Video game account. Invite to my party. Here he is, Mandan P2.
Here he is, yes, the Romanian master of TF10, Judy. Obviously, Judy, second place. after a 5th place qualifying, at least you gained positions this time and not lost any. So that's got to be a good result.
Yeah, the quality was horrendous. To be honest, it was like 1/10 of my PB without slipstream. So, and that 12.5 was with slip. So, yeah, the lack of practice, I think, told the words. But the race was decent. The strat was okay, but by the goat, Kenzie. And yeah, I was just I think I should have took P1 like on the last lap to stay in front of Furious. So I had a chance for the win, but then I had no battery left on the straight. I had like 30%. So yeah, I think the fresher tires for Furious helping them a lot. But yeah, overall, decent points for the team as well.
I mean, yeah, the pace from you and Dan both of you was really, really solid. What were your thoughts on quali starting next to each other, and what were your thoughts doing the strategy for the race, and if it could impact it?
The plan was just we thought everyone was going to start on softs, but that was not the case because both TTM cars didn't do it. So we just at the beginning we just tried to overtake the hard runners and get like P2 P3. And yeah, just work together from that. I was like on 10% after lap 2, but then I recovered my race on the whole first stint to like 90 going to the pit. So that was pretty good for me and for Dan as well.
Well, yeah, it was a really good race from you two today, and congrats on you two.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
That's sweet, mate. Yeah, well done. Alright, let me just get Cloud in, the American.
Does he actually have a mic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Is this American lag? Is it taking this long?
I mean, his internet was quite good. Here he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Yeah, just see if it's actually loaded in properly. It has. There we go. He's found the on button.
I don't know, mate. How are you doing? Really good race from you today. What were your thoughts just generally on the race? And sorry, Adam. Yeah, what were your thoughts just generally on the race and the strategy and just everything involved in it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, we were on board with that. Obviously, at the time, I think Furious pushed Judy into going ahead of you, and then obviously he followed him through. But was the strategy always to go for the soft medium? Did you ever consider the hard tyre start, or was that the game plan from the beginning? Except for this one time for Furious, unfortunately. But obviously, when that he'd eventually made his pit stop and he was actually nearly 4 seconds behind you. Did you honestly think that he'd close up, that gap, or at least as quick as he did? Well, I mean, it's still a very good result, though, for you, Cloud. Obviously, a P3 finish, it's very good points for FRT. Obviously, unfortunate as to what happened with your, your teammate and the incidents that he had. But, you've brought the team forward. You've done a very good job, obviously, P3 and going into, what is the next track? I just looked and now I've completely forgotten.
Belgium.
Obviously, don't know if you're going to be racing or not, but if you were to be racing Belgium, is it a good track for you?
I mean, yeah, I remember ZRS Belgium, but I think it's Fantomasi. Yeah. But yeah, you've come a long way since then, and this shows with this result. So yeah, congrats, mate.
Yeah, well done, Cloud. Good job, Cloud. Good job on your P3.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, everybody, that wraps up everything for this week. Obviously, join us again same time next week, where we will be going to the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit for what is expected to be another great race. But from myself and from Mr. Zach Clark, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.